Hey guys, this is Drabble Geek here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney, where we are about to start our next case, recipe for Turnabout, and we are starting out here because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cutscene. That's generally how these cases work. I have no clue what this case could possibly be about, so let's just go in, I suppose. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank a cup of coffee. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw. Okay, there's someone called TB. I saw someone else there. A man. He's the real killer. What, Phoenix? Or someone who looks like Phoenix? So someone poisoned the drink. Why won't anyone believe me? Because we don't have a victim. Another suspect. Well, I say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. How'd we lose against Payne, though? He's stupid. This court is adjourned. Interesting. The start of a new year always makes me feel like I can take the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So, I've decided that our resolution should be Svari, take on the world. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya, but I think maybe you had a little more than enough mistletoe cake. Mistletoe cake, what's that? Never. You've got to eat a lot of cake during the New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. I've actually never played a board game during New Year's. Hey, pal. Gumshoe? Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, right? Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal, you've got some explaining to. Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? A what? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but... Yay. Thanks. Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearlie? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No. Yes. No. Are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced. I actually have no clue what that word means. Trounced. Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. Well, then don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issue from anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean. But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. Does he really not remember again? Because I remember last time he didn't remember a thing. He was hit over the head. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way. You don't mean... A phony, Nick. This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one, too. Says I was trounced if my client was found guilty. So what are you going to do about it, pal? What do you mean, what am I going to do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. Yeah, see what happens when you hotshots start getting too full of yourselves? But I didn't do anything wrong. At least not that I can remember. You better make this right, pal. Now. That means taking the case back to court, got it? Sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution's going to have to wait until next year. So you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm going to head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal? So I'm investigating a case that is going to be a month old, and there's no telling if people are going to recollect things correctly. Alrighty then. I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. The client trusted a case to me based on my reputation. Guess I'm kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of guy would do that? The real killer, I suppose? No. Let's move to the detention center. This is nerve-wracking, waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. Ah. How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? To put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Is she supposed to be like work at a maid cafe? That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Although while I'm looking at her, it kind of looks like the Tokyo Mew Mew maid outfits. Although, like, yeah, I guess that could technically be Pudding's outfit from that anime. But we'll be moving on now. Aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm totally and utterly let down. Ah, are you? Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie. Remember Maggie Bird? Wasn't she a cop? Maggie Bird. Ah. Maggie Bird. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop too. What are you doing in here? Did I get you a quit? Oh sure, very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Failure made for her saying the same exact thing last time. But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Right is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. So, how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay, I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of the life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? It's actually a really cute shop. Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. And this whole mess started on the 3rd of last month, December 3rd. And it happened at Tres Bien, TB, from the back of the chair. So this happened at the restaurant. Tres Bien? Yes, it's a restaurant where good service and a friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were two men at the table, both drinking coffee. And then... I wonder what poison it is. Also, that might give us a clue as to who it is who could have gotten it. One of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just one sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I never even seen the guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. And the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course, a good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So, you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway? How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. Guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyways, you saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. So, if you saw the murderer, why are you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man, the one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. What customer? The victim was sitting alone at his table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person, would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket, so someone could have easily slipped something. What? A small bottle of poison. What? But poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket while I was unconscious. And no one else saw this other guy? No, sir. That's what everyone said. But I don't see how they could have missed him. Can you describe him? I guess not. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh? And what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. There was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something. They must have been preparing for their debut, I guess. Or that's one. Aren't DJs known as MCs? Yeah, then it's probably just a solo album instead of a band. So it was a band CD, maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Who would buy the CD of a group named that? What was the name of that group again? MC Hackshaw? No, MC... And what about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well built like the victim, really. Can I present this? Oh, yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case. Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. I only wear one suit, my dear. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Ugh. Hey, Maggie. Was my evil double... I am here too? No, I don't remember phoning you, Maya. Oh. Would have been so cool. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm going to get you cleared of this crime, you said. I don't talk like that. Okay, I get the picture, but you've met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess, looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady, and your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and so the guy was nothing like me then. But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. It seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. So we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright, do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full-course meal of bad luck, complete with defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old, I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. How are you alive? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. Even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder. But I will survive, because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day, I'll find it, sir. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Sin Epop is really going to pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? But Maya's right. What name did I say, though? Is that like a karma god in Japan? I don't know. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him. Don't you worry. We'll get Zen... Oh, that's Phoenix, spelled backwards. Okay, I get it now. Zen Epop for you. Thank you. I'll tell you where Tres Bien is then. Right, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure. Alright, Nick. Let's go check this restaurant and its food. Actually, I want to talk to Gumshoe first. Oh, the blue badger has a friend. The pink badger. It's been ages since we came down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. I bet he's on the courthouse. Probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure the killer is the right label. Why are they handcuffed together? Hey, that's the police mascot, isn't it? It's so cute. That's the blue badger. It was my idea. I made it, and now it's the national symbol of the police force. I thought Gumshoe came up with it. So what's with the pink one? It's new, right? She's not an it, Nick. She's a she, right, Chief? Yep, meet the pink badger. So one's called Blue, and the other's called Pink, but they're both called Badger? You got it. They're married. Mr. and Mrs. Badger seem to be cuffed together, Chief. You got it. That's marriage for you. Oh, ha ha ha, boomers. Whoa, a mascot that's deeper than the deepest of deep oceans. The ball and chain, I suppose. What course is he doing? Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Don't die running a red light. Die the old-fashioned way of old age. We have a winner. Inject a bit of humor. That's the key. He must be coming up with slogans for a safety campaign, I guess. That's adorable. Okay, so let's go to the restaurant now, since I am apparently doing this all out of order. Oh, this is the restaurant? I thought it was cuter before I knew it was all pink. This is actually kind of gross. And why is crime scene tape still up after a month? It's actually, yeah, it's been a month. Wow, look at this place. Look, more like smell. What is with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here. Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant and it's open for business. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. I guess. What is with this newspaper? It's a rack full of fashion magazines and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometime, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. MC Bomber. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros? $100,000. Maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. Well, there's 100,000 here. And then there's 500,000. This paper, it's from December 3rd. This paper from the day of the poisoning. What? A paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be a clue. Can I reread it? Okay, that looks like mask to mask. Thinking about paying MC Bomber this much, but maybe change their mind to this much. Maybe. I have no clue what that's trying to say. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. It's a rack. I bet try to find anything about that. It's the restaurant's front entrance. Sign written in French. Probably says open or closed. It must be one or the other, but I don't know which since I don't know jaquez about French. Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. Bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Let's see, a bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine bone china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya, this is common knowledge. Any Joe Smo knows this much. Except for Maya. I'm gonna guess this is Mr. Armstrong. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. Guess we'll slide over them. I'll check the crime scene last. This table's set nicely, just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower, I don't think. You don't think? Really, Nick? Duh, even I could have told you that. Well, those are the only kinds of flowers I know. Is it dang nabbit? I am a lawyer, not a botanist. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Really? Cool, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing. Got you. I was only kidding, Maya. Nick. There are lies that are okay to tell, and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. You're talking about the yellow snow, then? This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all this police tape all around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can't I picture you doing just that? Is that really? There's no one here. Interesting. I guess we move. I'm gonna ask her about this, I suppose. Oh, a sports paper. Let's see. Did Gustin Brown manage to defend his heavyweight title? Sorry, Maggie, that paper's actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. And Gustin got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Oh, no. I found this paper in the magazine rack at Tresbian. Really? That's strange. Tresbian doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind. Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is the scribble here. Aha, that's it, sir. MC Bomber. That's the name that was written on the CD. Just as I thought. I guess it was an MC Screwdriver after all, huh? So that $100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me $100,000, I'd sing for sure. A Master Quran, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may belong to the victim. You're right. So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better set up the investigation, don't you, Nick? Is Gumshoe back? Nope. Okay, let's go back to the restaurant then. Maybe someone will be here finally. Ooh la la, bonjour. Welcome to La Tresbian. Oh, hello? What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Bienvenue. Welcome to my petit restaurante. Huh? Bienvenue. Oh, non, my petite chulop. Huh? Me? Look at this face. Like the kitten rejected by its own mother. You are fatigued, non? Alors, you need this. An aromatic bath oil melange of La Neroli and La Rose. My personal recommendation. I'm not going to keep up that accent, just on, I guess, the French words, I suppose. You think I need what? Oui. Just add a couple of drops of this mixture to la bath water and voila. It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastique. Really? And for la mesure? Who? Me. Look at that face, like la puppy rejected by life itself. You are fatigued, non? For you, monsieur, I recommend this. Oil of bergamot, and may a hint of oui. I will add la peppermint and la clergy sage for a fragrance exceptionnel. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur. My beauty? Alors, if you will be seated, I will bring you the special menu of the day. Actually, we're not here to eat. We're lawyers. Mas bien sûr. I know this already, monsieur. You are La Phoenix, right, non? Yes, you know me? Mas, oui. I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zen Epop. Looks like everyone to do with the case already knows who I am already. Wonder what sort of impressions Zen Epop's been leaving on people, don't you? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong. Enchante. Yeah, who you? So what does tres bien mean? I know tres, that means 3, right? No. Tres bien is francés. In English, you would say very good. Oh, very good. Oui, exactement. La atmosphere is très bien and la cuisine is très bien. If food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here? My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la haute cuisine. Thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I lost Maggie, I've not had enough hands? So you're running this place on your own now? Oui, for le moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, pour moi. Please don't eyeball me while you say that. I am the chef. I am the manager. I'm also a trained aromatherapist. A roaming what? A practitioner de aromatherapy. The art of soothing the soul with the delicate floral aromas. Delicate. The smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident? Bien. Makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it happened. Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So, it was the 3rd of last month, just after 1 in the afternoon. A man who was here for coffee suddenly became ill. Because of the poison in his coffee? That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was, he already was slumped in his chair. He was dead? Mon Dieu, oui, he was dead. Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie says there was someone else, but he probably would have left or moved tables before you showed up then. I see. La police, they asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table? They asked. But I'm not the only one. That old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? Probably our real killer. So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here. What? Someone else saw it? Must be. As usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But said the same thing, that there was no one at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there were 2 people. Nice, mademoiselle. The lawyer, he could not prove this, no? About the lawyer, that was me, I suppose. Must be, sir. Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Who's the one making stuff up? Can I present? Wait, where's my Magatama? That's weird. I am not a lawyer myself. I do not wish to speak out of turn. But your defense in course that day was a little, how do you say, lacking, perhaps? Even a Frenchman who cannot speak any English could have done a better job. You were very cool, though. Oh, oui, oui. So handsome. Wow, I wonder just how bad the defense could have been. Every time you opened your mouth, the whole courthouse stirred. Oh man, that is something I don't want to imagine. We found this sports paper in the magazine rack here. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, is saved for my kitchen. Alright then. Oops. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my laptop went a-tumbling. I don't think there's anything else. Talk. Actually, I want to ask him about Prosecutor Shadow Mystery. Seems to know me somehow. We haven't seen this. Okay, usually I'm up here. And Godot should not be up here. Oh, you met the owner, Mr. Armstrong? He's, how can I put this? Pretty unique, huh? He has a really intense aura, as a chef and as a person. Yeah, he has a pretty intense aroma, too. So did Mr. Armstrong really not see the killer? Apparently not. Well, he's in the kitchen all the time, so I guess it's possible that he didn't. Actually, I didn't ask, Armstrong his thoughts about Maggie. Maggie was a policewoman once, n'est-ce pas? Yes, she had to quit for reasons beyond her control. Oui, she was la suspect in la murder investigation, non? Oh, you know about that? That is why I gave her la perfume for la happiness. Happiness perfume? Oui, lended from Bergamot, like I have given to you before. But she's been arrested again, and found guilty this time. This is true. Her natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just admit it, your perfume doesn't work. I'm not surprised she was the prime suspect, after something like that took place before my very eyes. Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? We've got to ask this guy for more info. Stat. Okay, good thing I went back and did that. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? Oh, oui. I suppose you could say so. What happened? No, it was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy, but she's still been indicted for murder. The prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. Oui, it is true. If there was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please, tell us anything you know. Cyclops? No way, what are we going to do, Nick? Just have to remove... What's wrong? The Magatama. It's gone. Huh? I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air. Okay, so that was supposed to be a thing. What? But I could see the Cyclops. Maybe that means the Magatama's nearby? Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? Table where the victim was sitting. Is anyone else sitting there? That is a question you would have to ask him yourselves. Huh? The old man spends all his time dans le parc. Le parc? Oh, a park. What park's that? Behind the restaurant. It's called Vitamin Square. Thank you. Diodorus and Pre, my dear. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. There's no way it's here, is it? What's this? It's a rack. Why don't you try... I look stunning in some of those Parisian frocks. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand why every time I come in here, the magazine rack, the magazine rack's like, you haven't done anything with this. Okay, this is actually kind of cute. It's a bunch of fruits full of vitamin C. So this is Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they get the name from now. The fruits scream vitamins at you. Hey Nick, that's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about? That grouchy looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. Maya, he's not throwing seeds for them. He's throwing seeds at them. Ugh, my grumpiness threat level has been raised to red. I actually thought he was going to say it was over 9,000. Excuse me? Would you mind if I had a word with you? Yes. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons? It's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt. Go on, eat this. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird? I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, you do. Maggie, the waitress at Tresbian. Ha. It's a disgrace, I tell you. An utter disgrace. A disgrace? An innocent young girl revealing herself like that. Revealing? You mean her uniform? The youth of today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you, not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty? What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing. You? Your problem is you lack any sense of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Do you go to Tresbian a lot? That miserable excuse for a restaurant. That garbage they serve and there's not food. There's the sushi, the tempura, the rice. Go to a regular restaurant then, dude. Tresbian is a French restaurant, sir. Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. What about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses? You can see all the way up to their... Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Listen, it's not my restaurant. God, it's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable. He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Ain't that the truth? Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just, if you dislike it so much, why do you keep going there? Are you staring at the waitresses? Is that what it is? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Haha, take that. He must be hiding something, right? If he is, I should be able to see a sight lock or two. Oh, wait. I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, the Magatama's only on loan. Better find it, or else. If Pearls ever gets wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. So wouldn't that mean that it's probably somewhere at the restaurant, since I could still see it there? Let me examine what's around me. Oh, there's a magazine here. It's a magazine full of job listings. You disgusting rogue, picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job? Ha. That's none of your business. Sorry, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back. Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Hey, that's mine. Sounds like a you problem. Looking at this orange reminds me of what? An orange? Now you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, that was actually more insightful than I thought. Hey look, pigeons. Yeah, and then heaps of them too. Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? No, that's the dove. That's a dove, not a pigeon. Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it? You're overthinking this one just a smidge, Maya. Is there anything over here? I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe. Really? You? Sure, finding iron fillings in the sand with my magnet was my favorite thing to do. Iron fillings? Wow, that's too exciting for words. It's my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sandbox. I was such a kid back then. So, did you manage to get all the iron? No, I never did. I think I came close though. Come to think of it, I still have the iron fillings I found way back then. You want them? No. This place is so fruity. That's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. Then that apple slide is going to be perfect for you. And what is so perfect about it? Oh, come on. Don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. Woo. No way. I get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone can see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try too. Oh, so you were trying to put me on it. Let's see. Maybe if I... present some stuff to him. I don't think he'd know this. Excuse me, sir, can I ask you about this? Here you go. Yeah, I figured. Can you tell me about this then? Nope, it's not. Maybe he has something to say about Armstrong. Maya. No. Do you know Gumshoe? Okay, he's pretty useless. Guess let's go back to the restaurant. Maybe he knows something about this. Mademoiselle. Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see. Your style is un peu different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitation, something like that. You have passed. I will hire you. Ian, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick, help. I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both. Maybe I can search around now, and this is yet again a Serac. Closer to explosives. Some of them have been circled in red. Really hope Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. There's a bunch of little trinkets. It's really tight. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? And if he got in, could he get out again? The Magatama has to be here, right? Mr. Armstrong must be pretty neat for it. Cardi has the table ready to go. Oops. This must be the table where the poisoning occurred. The stain tells the story well. The whole area is still cordoned off with police tape. Must still be under investigation. Looks pretty cold out there on the streets. Peaceful though. It's nice. People can take it easy after holiday rush. I don't know what else to do. I guess we just leave. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I've asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Finally. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's going to find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court's sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Lado's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him? Well, it can't be easy this time. Now listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again, yes? I'll make sure you get locked up for good for it. Got it? That's nice. So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know? Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal? It was just her. I wasn't anything like... Look, sure, it was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. Ah, so that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little old crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. I was... Ugh. Note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, I don't need anyone, okay? You gotta keep it a secret, got it? Sure. Would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking at all next time? Hey, tell your face pal, not me. You to be blind not to see what's on your mind. So I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elg. His name's an anagram. It reads the same forward and back. Not anagram, a palindrome. It reads the same forward and backwards. He was a computer programmer. I see, a programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef. Said it was the first time he's seen the guy. A programmer, and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maddie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal. I'm real busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? Could Gumshoe at least give me the papers? This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case, and all the evidence is in already. The only problem with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow, so I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there, but a bit off base sometimes. But she was a good cop. It's not exactly complimentary, you know. So what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's the CD. Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. Well, the guy could have taken that with him. Easy. What? Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player? You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Tresbian didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. If only I had my Magatama. Alright, I guess I can ask him about all this evidence. I wasn't at the trial myself, but I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. And what did he say? He started off by saying, I'm at a complete loss for words, but he must have found something quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much, it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. Looked like I was trying to get Maggie found guilty. Okay, that was my thoughts as well, that the person impersonating me was actually the killer. What's that? A sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Tresbian. It dated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something here. Take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey, what is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good. I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey pal, I'm going to borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I want to get a handwriting analysis done on the scribble. Handwriting, huh? You get to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this turned out to be an interesting clue. Alright, let's give him... What do you make of this? Think of Maggie at the moment. Alright, let's ask about. Have you gone to see Maggie? Of course I have, but I wasn't much good at consoling her. I'm not very good with words. Oh, yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Did he go for her or for himself? The chef of Tresbian, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Oh la la, your body is full of the toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know, there's something about that lady. I mean, guy. Huh? You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved with this case somehow. And then what did that have anything to do with you misgendering him? That was weird. Sounds like he knows something more about our charming chef. What do you make of he knows nothing more about this? So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Tresbian? It's, kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say that you give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kind of unimportant, gossipy stuff. You know, pal. Look, how about this? You go to Tresbian and investigate the place yourself. And if you find anything suspicious about the guy, you report it back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef and Tresbian and then report back to Gumshoe. Okay, that means I need to go back to the restaurant. I wish I could get to the restaurant from the police department. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Oh, hello? Who was that just now? A customer? She had sort of a dark aura about her. Ah, welcome. Bienvenue. Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, shush you, Nick. Maya. Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. And who was that woman I just saw? Oh. Since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I'm kind of hungry, actually. So, how do you like your new job, Maya? Never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my gimme a tip smile. Hey Nick, why don't you order something? Chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment. Or so he says. How much is it? It's the 20 set, so it's $20 of course. The 20 set, I believe. I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't. Come on, Nick. It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen, a lunch special, please. With all the extras, drinks, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. So how much is the set lunch? Then $20, huh? But with the drinks, side salad, and dessert, it's $45. Hey, wait a sec, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe fortify lunch set. Whoa. And just inspired by lobster and albon friscasse with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks? Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Er, Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you better polish off that plate. I just remembered. I got to clean the toilets. Hey, can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. Yeah. So, his secret is that he can't cook. How does the guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? Kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now, what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen, that sounds tasty. Well, we know that's not true. Hey, wait up, Maya. What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Aren't you going to show me around? Tisk. Here goes my plans to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. Better conduct the search in the kitchen myself. Agreed. Okay, this is a lot calmer. And here it is, the famous Tresbian kitchen. It's my first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we better search quickly. Chop chop. Yeah, the first thing I noticed was all these bottles on the floor. What's this? Looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. It's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100. They're all the same too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then? I wonder. Hey Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? So when we get back to Gumshoe, I'll give that to him. Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? Looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool. Read one out. And say it in your best friend's accent, with intensity, okay? Okay, here's one, ahem. It's called Printemps. The two of them, like actors from a film, the coffee still undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon, on that sad Saturday, the foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea and I know what I will do. I must lie to you, I must. Huh? That's it? Yep, that's a poem for you. Yeah, that was quite interesting. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? I imagine those curtains would get mighty dirty being in the kitchen. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. Must be the lobster and album friscasse with a balsamic vinaigrette. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe. What you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. And it was disgusting. Wait, there's also the magatama. He stole it. Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce? What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Look, right there on the counter. My magatama, what's it doing here? What indeed? Okay, I think these are the same. These knives look sharp. I like to see how one of them sliced a cheesecake. Cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. I think that is all that's here. Let's go back to Gumshoe and have him look at the poison I found. I think it's the poison, I'm assuming. Hey, you're just in time. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The lab got back to me about the newspaper you gave me. It must mean the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did they say? Anything the analysis turn up? They said the doodle was written by the victim, Glennig. No doubt about it. I expect as much. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment. MC Bomber. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, I guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant, okay, pal? Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe? Although, I get the feeling there's something I need to show him. There is. You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh? Only this one doesn't smell. Huh? I don't get you. This was mixed with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. Doesn't even look the same. Wouldn't you agree? A clone bottle that doesn't smell, huh? Smells like a skunk to me, pal. Mind letting me borrow that bottle for a while? I want to send it to the lab for analysis. The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. Then to Gumshoe, I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef. Suspect John Armstrong? I've got that guy's number. I know what his secret is. That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. Guess I better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. Thank you. So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had lunch at Tresbian, pal? Yes. So how was it? Terrible. To put it nicely, it was inedible. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is empty is because of the food. I mean, the place is clean and he's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so... Yeah, I guess it's probably the food. The real scoop on the guy is he's up to his ears in debt. Really? How much does he owe? This is a copy of his loan contract. He's about $500,000 in the red. $500,000, you say? You mean like... 500,000? That could definitely why that $500,000 is in the corner. That's just like that number which wasn't brought up before just happens to be brought up again. Yeah, right. $500,000? Are we talking dollars? Yeah, hey, if it was sterling, he'd really be in trouble. Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that Chef's got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch. The owner of the loan is Tenderlender. Maybe we can go talk to them. It's for $500,000, pal. That's, $500,000 bills. What was the in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case? Can't give you an answer on that, pal. Not without the case file in front of me. But I'll tell you this. That Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know? No, I don't, but I think I sort of get the picture. Maybe I should see if Armstrong's back. Present. Yeah, maybe Maya should know about it. About this. Sorry, Nick, I'm a waitress. Oh. Actually, let me... Okay, these aren't reactivating. Maybe he's in the kitchen now. I would have hoped that I would have been able to go to the Tenderlender place. So he's not around. Although, now that I do know more about the victim, maybe the old man will tell me something. The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, and I still have some unanswered questions for him. Yeah, this is new. A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of the park like this? The wheel guard and the light are busted. Guess it must have been an accident. It's totally wrecked. Who's screaming? Oh my gosh. Can we be done with this? Hey, what do you think he's doing with my bike? Oh look, a dude who looks like me, with the spiky hair. No, I was just... You've been messing with my new ride? Is that what you've been doing? New ride? Isn't that kind of an old model car? You's gonna pay for this? It wasn't me, I was just passing by. Then who's the one that covered my saddle and crap, huh? Gore, you's going to pay, you catch my drift? No, wait a second, I'm not a pigeon, so I couldn't have done it. A wise guy, eh? I ought to beat you so hard I'll feel like yous were smooching the express train. Uh-oh. Yous better watch your back, this ain't over. I'm going to round up a group of lawyers and then yous gonna pay. Actually, I'm a lawyer myself. You'd say? What do you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Why is he laughing? Phoenix Wright? You saying you Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you a wise guy too, huh? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright. The one and only. What? Out of my way, gotta cruise. How did someone confuse me with him? That makes no sense. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? He wasn't anything like me. Guess I better make a note of the scooter. Ha, pathetic. Oh, it's you. Few threats from a little brat like that. And you look like a pigeon that got seeds in his eyes. Have you been here the whole time then? I wasn't that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. Or like you had some cowering to do. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just that if you liked it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? Yep. Now I got my Magatama. I knew it. This old guy has got something to hide. What could it be? Why are you a regular at a restaurant that you clearly hate, sir? Take that, pigeon. See how you like these seeds. Yeah, I totally... I mean, I'm only asking him why he goes to a particular restaurant. Probably because he's there to see the girls. Even though they're super unmodest. Blah 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 blah. Tresbian regular. This time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at a restaurant that you dislike so much? Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to restaurants, to eat. To eat? Is that the whole truth? But what do you mean? I don't think you go for the restaurant for the food at all. You insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? I can tell you that you nor anyone else in the world would go to the place for its food. Because it tastes like trash. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu. That's the twin tea set. The food at Tresbian is terrible. And expensive. You're wrong. It's cheap. Huh? I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. Haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than feeding the pigeons. Why were you looking for a job? What a load of crock. The taste is another story, but the price is nothing to me. So you're saying that you got there because you got money to burn? Exactly. I have so much cash I go for a swim in my money vault every day. Okay, Scrooge McDuck. Unfortunately, that's a lie. What? You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. This is yours, right? My magazine. Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job? I was, so what? I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money. Oh? I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the Javachino. Yeah, I think you mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there? $8. Does that better be some golden beans? What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwasher, don't you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great. No, it's not. But anyway, yes, the place has free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers? Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there. I'm sorry, sir, but there's no free papers to read at Tresbian. Other than... oops, I don't want to present. Yeah, this doesn't say anything about it. Like, this is the only thing I could come up with. Yeah. Take a look at this. What is it? It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Tresbian. So, what of it? This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago. What? Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Tell me why you're so determined to hide the truth. I'm not hiding anything. I'm gonna have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Trabian is... the girl, Maggie. That's what I was suspecting. What are you asking me about that girl for? She was the waitress at Tresbian. Therefore the answer to my mystery, of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant, is the waitress. But I don't recognize that face, and you're probably telling the truth here, because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it? I can't take it. To you, that waitress was your... Enough, please, no more. Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Yeah, I was getting a he protests too much vibe from him. Sir? Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil. No, I didn't mean it like that. I even got one of those lousy cups of Javachino every time. For $8. All because of the serving girl. Punish me, lock me up. Really? That's not what I'm here for. It'll be the same. Another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is to be an old man like me. I also get the feeling that since he was staring at Maggie when she fell, he was probably focused totally on him, that the murderer, probably my phony, got away. And then when someone else finally showed up, they're like, oh, there was no one here, I didn't see anyone. Well, because you weren't looking for anyone. No, really. Listen, sir. Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy. Show some respect, I'm Victor Kudo. Sorry, Mr. Kudo. You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more. This guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony, one way or another. Don't believe this. I even broke his sidewalks and everything. Guess I have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. Guess we leave. Can we tell Maya about my fake? Oops. Okay, so my fake's not in here. Well, maybe if we bring Maya with us, he'll talk. Oh, is that old man? Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed me as well. Got a bunch of those seeds on my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Huh? Me? Why? There's something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay, I'll just get changed. No, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess. Sir? You again? Well, well, I see. Nick, his eyes are burning into me. It's okay. I think it's going pretty well. Ka. Huh? You're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, alright? Play on the slide? Ugh, we were so close. Just a little more and he would have spilled. Pigeon? Oh, he's trying to stop himself. How can we correct this guy? Excuse me please, sir. Quiet. Can you see I'm feeding the pit? Mia! Well? If you don't mind, sir. I'd really love to talk with you. Yes. Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo. Even from beyond the grave. Wow. About the incident. You mean the man who died after drinking the Javachino? It's like he's a different person. It was quite a shock, even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. The girl took the Javachino over to him, you see. And? Was the customer alone? Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javachino and? And he said something like, ugh, and then collapsed, dead. Oh, how terrifying. You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know, hee. He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. It looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Do you like the food at Tresbian? Well, of course. I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London. Really? How interesting. Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France. What a lovely story. London's in England, not France. Oh yes, France is wonderful. I love to show you around the city sometime. It is too much. I can't take it. I want France. Ha ha ha. I can't believe Mia's laughing at that guy. Sigh. She's trying to get more information from him. Phoenix, calm down. You visit Tresbian a lot, don't you? Of course, I mean, yes. I like to come and see you there. He. Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure. Be careful of that chef, my dear. The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong? That's right, that man's an ex-con. He's an ex-con. Interesting. Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do? Oh, no, those eyes. I can't take this. Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand. He steals things from his customers, which we know from his customers. Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a plifer, and you be careful around him, my dear. Are you sure about this? Of course, he was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my Javachino. He really is a regular. Let me write you a little haiku about it. A haiku? A Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Okay, yeah, that works. If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement. Poor guy. He couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. We got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. Well, we really needed the help. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Had enough of being a waitress? Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant. Ooh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, non. How can you leave me like this? I'm sorry. That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a sight locker 3, didn't he? He had 3. Gonna have to break those. Mr. Armstrong? Hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Volunteers, of course. Okay. Let's just present the Magatama. Maggie's motive. What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Allures, I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me. Huh? That's a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000. That just gives you motive, dude, not Maddie. $500,000. Oui, but after the incident, this ticket. It disappeared. And yeah, and you're a thief, my dude. The ticket disappeared. This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. Wait, also he would have had access to the cup of coffee, so he could easily put the poison in there. That or he stole the poison from the murderer when he came by. She says that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Mas Alois, you've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me. I want to know the reason why. Come on, Missouri, you doubt me, but I've confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning lottery ticket was stolen by you. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there's a very high probability that it was you. Wow, that is one piercing scream even for a man like him. Mais pourquoi moi? Why, you have no evidence. I am not mask to mask. I'm not the kind of person who steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I friend to you the proof that you have stolen from others in the past before. A haiku. What is this, a poem? Oh, Monsieur, you know me so well I adore poems. Please read it, and put some feeling into it. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Mon Dieu, le monstre, you are the liar. You deny it? Do not make la false accusation, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît? I think that's what it's supposed to be. So you have any proof? I want to see la incontestable proof that I've ever stolen from one of my customers. You stole this from me. It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. What is that? This is my Magatama, and I found it in your kitchen. Non? Wow, that scream just about broke some windows. Oui. I have a weakness for la trinkets and la figurines. My hand just slipped out. I cannot stop it. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? Oui, it is la truth. I'm just a timid little girl inside, Monsieur. A timid little girl. Besides, this time it was not la small trinket, oui. It was $500,000. Mas non, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money. Really now? Oh, Monsieur, what is it? Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And that you are in desperate need of a large amount of cash? This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? Ah, you have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Well, now we completely destroyed Maggie's motive for the case that will help in the case against with her case and when going against Godot. Mr. Armstrong, you said the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place? The man. He was listening to the radio with his earpiece. Maggie says something about that too. He was probably listening to the numbers being read aloud. The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded. Yes, $500,000, he shouted. And the ticket? He had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee? No. Oh, no, you naughty man. I simply helped myself to one of his tickets. What? The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, poor K Pass. And he had so many of them. Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you. No, this is not true. I did not take it. A ticket for $500,000, I mean. But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. Mas non, mon fide. It was not. That's enough. Huh? Ah. Mr. Godot, what in the heck are you doing here? Ugh. This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. You came here for coffee. No doubt his craving for coffee knows no bounds. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question. I am that airhead known, just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at. But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So the ticket he took was worthless? Not quite. He did win something. $1. You see, I'm just a petty face. Without my looks, I have nothing. So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed. What did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Peace out, dude. Voila, you two. Time to laugh at the pretty little airhead. Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. No, still keep it. Dude. Looks like we got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go? Got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. What about what I think is the poison? I guess we'll figure that out tomorrow, I suppose. But yeah, if the phony is exactly who we think is the phony, I'm still trying to figure out how everyone fell for that. And I mean, everyone. That was just so weird. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking that my phony is the murderer. Probably stole the ticket. And then I'm kind of guessing that if that green bottle is the poison, he might have accidentally stole it from our murderer, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. Like, the poison being found in her pocket is kind of weird, so it's like the murderer could have put it there, but also at the same time, John could have also been trying to pickpocket and done that instead. I'm still, like, confused about how the poison plays into things, but I'm really interested in this case, and I guess we'll see what happens in this trial next time. And I'll see you guys then. Bye!